There are so many people in my position that said their family, their wife, their children will never, ever travel to abroad. God. Hey! So many people will be asking, why are you laughing? But I'm laughing because 2017 was my worst year and the year that made me who I am. 2017 December was a tough one. I remember vividly, my children came to me, Dad, we want this, we want that for Christmas. This is what they normally do. And I said to them, I will get them for them. But inside me, I knew inside me that 100% I cannot be able to afford them. And sometimes when I see myself, I see that I'm not me. Sometimes I talk to myself. Sometimes I'm completely out from this world. When I'm talking to you, sometimes I talk like I'm talking out of sense. And then this thing started bothering my wife. So one day my wife came to me. She said, okay, what is going on? I said to her, nothing is going on. It's just that I'm trying to meditate towards my life. I'm trying to think about my life. She said, I understand, but I have to be honest with you. There is a problem. I said to her, no, there's no problem. Because I don't want anybody, I don't want my family, my children to feel what I'm feeling that particular time. The burden was on me. 2017 Christmas. I remember vividly. I don't have 150,000 naira in my account. And I don't know what to do. And since I got married to my wife, I said to myself, my family will never live in abroad. Oh God. 2017, things were rough that I don't know what to do. I check my bank account. All I have is less than 150,000 naira. And I have 2 children. Then God wasn't yet born. And I was struggling. I have a car. I was driving FS35, but I don't have money. And people out there see me as somebody who has the money because I was driving FS35. But inside me, I was dying. Sometimes you see men walking. Sometimes you see men driving cars. Sometimes you see them living in a mansion. Sometimes you see a man smiling, talking, saying all sorts of things, cracking joke, but inside him, he's dying. I don't know if you have ever been in that situation. That situation was what I was 2017 Christmas. Few days to Christmas, 2-3 days to Christmas. A friend of mine called me from Japan. So while we were talking, I jokingly told him, please, can you just send me $100, please? I need $100. He said to me, okay, no problem. I sent account. I think the following day, I got $100. It was like heaven has come to me when I got that $100. Because without that, I won't have celebrated Christmas. That was 2017. After that, I called my wife. I told my wife, I think I'm going back to Austria. And I'm going back to work so that you guys can join me. My wife did not believe that. Because since 2010 that I got married to my wife, we have never talked or mentioned anything about abroad in our house. I have never ever said it. So when I said it, my wife was like, she just waved it like I'm joking. So after like 2 weeks, that was January, I called her again. I told her, I have already started calling people, my friends, if they get a job for me, then I will go back to Austria. Still, she didn't believe that. Things were rough. I was living in that $150 and $100 that I got. Christmas, I tried to curtail myself. Nobody knew what I was going through. When I come outside, I smile. But I was always indoors with my family, thinking the way forward. So 2018, January, I got an offer of a job from a security company that I should come. So I immediately, because I have a return ticket, what I does was whenever I come, I have my return ticket and I will open it up. So when I want to go, I will just use $150, $120 to rebook my ticket. So I called my younger sister and her husband. I told them, I want to go, please. I want to go back to Austria. You know, I told them my situation, please. All I need is $150 so that I can change my ticket. So they sent me about $250. So I changed my ticket, then the rest I left them to my wife. That is when my wife started feeling that I'm serious. So when I got to Austria, I went for the job interview. I got the job. I remember vividly that the first day I wore my security cloth, I sent it to my wife. My wife put it on her DP. God. God have mercy. Wow. I was very, very happy going to work, and all I need is 3 months paycheck so that I can now apply for my family for their family reunion. Why I'm saying this, if you ever find yourself in a darkest moment, sometimes it's the will of God. God wants to change your life. But we are humans, we don't see it coming. We never see it coming. Because that 2017 was my darkest year, especially that Christmas. That's the reason why I made the decision that I said I will never, ever make. Remember, I got married to my wife 2010. From 2010, I said there is nothing like going to abroad. Instead, I will come back. And that is what I did. 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm still in Nigeria permanent. All I did was go, come back. But 2017, the darkest moment came. And that darkest moment brought the change that changed everything in my life. So sometimes, you know, when I look at how things are going, I begin to understand that says every disappointment is a blessing. Some people don't understand it, but I personally understand it. I did that decision because that was my darkest moment. That's why I say sometimes, never say never. So many people in my position, there are so many people still in my position that said their family, their wife, their children will never, ever travel to abroad. They will not go. Instead, he will be coming down every year, once in a year, or once or twice, or once in 2 years. It doesn't matter, but they will never come. I understand that. I made that decision. I made it for 7 good years. But what I did not do is staying 1 year without coming home. What I did not do was staying 7 months without coming home. The first time I did that was when Chimobi was born, and the rest is history. So, 2017, I went back to Austria, and then I started work. After 3 months, I applied for my family reunion. But before I left, my wife was pregnant with Gold. I did everything I could to see if the decision can come out, but it was delaying because of so many things. Because of what I told you guys before, house, I couldn't get a house because of the money. And after they said I need to get a house, they gave me 1 month to get a house that would contain all the family members, which was also taking another month. So before you knew it, God was born. And that was another challenge. First of all, I was working 12 hours because I need to earn high to be able to bring my family. I have oh God, the situation was really bad. But why I'm saying this is, in any situation that you find yourself, that darkest moment of yours, that darkest moment that you see, that you think that no, God has forsaken me, sometimes that is the open door. Oh God. That is the open door. That time that you think that God has forsaken you, that time that you think nothing is working for you, that time that you think it's over, that time that you look at your bank account and nothing is there, sometimes that is when you will start thinking. Believe me, that is when you start thinking those things that you said you don't want to do, those decisions that you said you will never ever make. Because I come to realize, if you don't risk it, you will forever remain where you are. Oh God. You will not understand this. If you don't risk it, you will forever remain where you are. 2017 December. Oh God. Oh God. When you are in your darkest moment, when things are going rough, when people are even saying, what kind of human being are you? When people are calling you names, this is not who you are. It's just the situation that time that makes you feel that this is who you are. All you need to do is use that words they are using against you and challenge God. Set a goal for yourself. Work towards it. I said my family will never ever go to abroad. But when things turn, I realized that the only thing I could do is to go back, work, bring them in. I was lucky. Ask anybody living in Austria. I was very, very lucky. Bringing 3 children with a woman, even though that I'm paying child support, that means 4, 5, 6. If you ever got that visa in Austria, oh God, actually, brother, if you ever got that visa, bringing 3 children, relocating, moving 3 children with their mother, and you have a child support that you are paying, anybody that did it, you are blessed. As far as Austria is concerned, I don't know about other countries. As far as Austria is concerned, you are already blessed. Go and ask anybody that is living in Austria. Unless if you have citizenship. I don't have citizenship. I kept telling this guy, I don't have Austrian citizenship. All I'm using is what? I'm using Austrian permanent resident finish. And my permanent resident is based on, I have an Austrian citizen child. Yeah? So I'm using my family, what they call non-family member of EU. That's who I am. I'm not an EU member. I am not an EU national. What I am is non-family member of EU. Go and Google it, and then you ask it, go and Google it and know what it means, being a non-family member EU. I'm not an EU citizen, but my son is an EU citizen. So that is who I am. Yeah? Now, so what I'm trying to say is this. There are some people who are in the same situation I was 2017, I'm telling you that this is not who you are. There are people who, this Christmas, they don't have money. They don't have money to transport themselves from here to village. It's not who you are. I was in that shoe before. 2017, I was in that shoe. 2018 January, I couldn't rebook my flight ticket, $120. I need to call my younger sister and her husband to do that for me. So you are not alone. But all I'm saying is this. This is not who you are. My God. If God can do it for me, I swear to my living God, God will surely do it for you. If God will turn my situation around. If I look around, I look at myself, I said to myself, 2017 in Enugu, I will come out from the balcony and look around. I saw empty lands. I said to myself, God, when can I buy one plot of land in Enugu? 2017. I said to myself, when can I buy half plot of land in Enugu? Then I look around, I see, new building, people are building, yeah? And I said to myself, when can this be my turn? When I get back to Nnewi, I went to my house where I was building. I was there building 1 year, 1 block. So sometimes when I see it, I do what? I park, stay inside my car. I don't even go down. I'll stay inside my car. I look at it and say, God, when? God, when? But 2022, I almost brought it down. Start again. That is that house. That is that small mansion you see anytime we go to village. When God starts work in your life, what will be in their lives is how manage. In this life, set yourself a goal. Work on them. Those decisions that you said, I will never, like what I said, my family will never go to abroad. 2017, I changed it. And it worked to the glory of God. When they came in, 2019, June, they came in. 6 months after, which is Christmas, we started content, 2020. 2025, 5 years after, we moved back to Nigeria. Now, not only moving back to Nigeria, we moved back to Nigeria owning a house. And the rest are history. If you spend years in abroad and you decided by yourself that you want to come back to Nigeria, you don't know what God has done for you. I said, if you ever live abroad and one day you decided that you are coming back to Nigeria, you did not know what God did for you. Because so many people want that. So many people want it. But you are lucky. You are lucky to be the chosen one. That being said, because when we said we move back, some people say, yes, because you have gotten your documents. Brother, it's not getting about documents. You cannot move to Nigeria because you get your documents. You cannot move back to Nigeria because you are a Canadian citizen, American citizen. You cannot move to Nigeria because of that. No. You are moving because you have checked left and right and see that you stay in Nigeria will be better than you staying there. People don't understand it, but you understand it when you are there. The truth is, when you find yourself in your darkest moment, that is when you need to decide. Any decision that comes your way that time, follow it. The Bible says, I don't know how to translate that. If you are an Igbo man, please translate it. All I'm saying is because there are people who are in the same situation that I was 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. God said, you go Eaglet. It's your time. God that did it for me will also do it for you. Thank you guys and remember blessed.